Hello everyone, this is me Jasneet Kaur. Welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are doing great. If you are new to my channel and have not subscribed till now, kindly do it. You can also press the bell icon so that you don't miss an update. In today's video, we will start chapter 11 of class 11th. This video will be part 1. For rest of the parts, do check out the description box below. To check the playlist, you can click on the top right corner of your screen. So without wasting time, let's begin with understanding learning objectives of this chapter. That after completion of this chapter, you will be able to understand the concept of survival, growth and development, relationship between growth and development, characteristics of different stages of childhood, developmental milestones and identifying development in different domains of childhood. The meaning of survival is different for different people, as some people believe survival is simply remaining alive and maintaining the essential life functions at basic level, whereas others may consider survival in difficult circumstances like situation of pandemic, malnutrition, life-threatening illnesses, and many other severe conditions. Even according to UNICEF, almost 5.9 million children die before their 5th birthday. Most of the children are from developing countries and die from diseases which can be easily prevented or treated. Majority of the deaths take place due to malnutrition in the children. Diarrhea diseases are the second most common cause of child death globally and cause about 19% of deaths among children under 5 years of age worldwide. To avoid such death and increasing healthy lifestyle of people, it is important to pay attention to growth and development. Both the terms you all must have used interchangeably. As growth and development, both of the terms are independent and are interrelated. Precisely, growth is something which can take place during first 20 years of life, whereas development continues till the end. The major difference between both of them is growth can always be measured in quantity, whereas development can be assessed on the basis of quality and quantity both. According to the next difference, growth includes height, weight, size and shape of the body, whereas development includes physical changes, cognitive changes and emotional changes. Growth always takes place due to cell division, and development it happens due to coordination between muscles and mental processes. As we have just discussed that growth will take place till 20 years of age, development will take place till death of an individual. Growth can be measured as it is always quantitative. Development cannot be measured, it can only be observed by mature behavior. Growth tells about one aspect of personality and has limited scope, and development deals with all aspects of personality and has a vast scope. While talking about development, let's take a look on certain characteristics of it. The very first one says that development is multidimensional. It means in human body, development takes place in many areas at the same time. For example, along with physical development, we can consider that individual's emotional development is also taking place. Second characteristic says that it gets better with age, finer, efficient and solving complex skills develops according to the age. Naturally, students, if you compare yourself with 10 years old younger version of yourself, you will find that you have improved a lot. in every sense, whether it is about taking responsibility, problem solving skills, analysis, reasoning questions, handling crisis on your own, or any other related activity. The other characteristic of development focuses on its sequence, means development always take place in specific pattern like cephalocaudal and proximodistal. In simple words, development always takes place overall right from head to toe, and proximodistal emphasize on development inside out, means initially your internal organs will develop and then external skin and external layer of the body will form. Next characteristic says that all development are interlinked. It is very true. If the child is not getting societal recognition, his emotional state will definitely gets affected. Similarly, if cognitive development, in simple words, if mental development is not taking place optimally, then rest of the developments, whether it is physical, emotional, social or language development, will get definitely affected. The last characteristic says that all changes last reasonably for long period. In the case of development, momentary emotional turmoil or crying behavior of angry infant will not be considered as development. As we all know that various changes take place during the entire lifespan of an individual, it can be described as areas of development. Let's take a look what all comes under this. We will study about physical development, cognitive, sensory, personal, emotional, motor, language and social development. Starting with physical development, it is measured in terms of age, height, weight or size, structure and proportions of a child's body. Secondly, it also refers to child's capability to gain control over his muscles and physical coordination. Moving on to the motor development, control and coordination of body movements due to maturation of muscles and nerves is called motor development. Motor development is of two types. Gross motor development is the one which includes the development of large bones or muscles. Second one is fine motor development, which includes the development of small bones like your finger bones or ear bones. The next development we will talk about cognitive or brain, also known as intellectual or mental development. It refers to the thinking abilities of an individual from the time of birth. The perfect example of this can be when the child is in first class, he learns basic multiplication or subtraction, addition. When the same child reaches to class 12th, he starts solving reasoning questions and start dealing with practical life situations. Next development is entirely related with senses. This type of development is sensory development. It refers to the development of senses. As senses give abilities like eyesight, sound, touch, texture, smell and taste, newborn babies are generally born with this kind of development. It keeps getting better with age. The next development is language development. It is a development through which an individual learns to express himself and communicate with others. This type of development also keeps getting better with age and repetitive use. Next one, social development. It refers to the ability which enables children to mold their behavior according to the rules and expectations of the society. Moving on to our second last development, that is emotional development. In this particular kind of development, the infant and child build up the capacity to experience, express, and interpret emotions in a socially acceptable way. With the passage of time, the expression of emotions keeps on changing. For example, as a child, you might used to cry on petty issues. But now, as you are adolescent, you might have excelled the art of hiding your disappointments or any of your negative emotion pretty well. The last kind of development in this is personal development. This particular development is related with complete understanding of self, personal talents and skills, and what kind of career one would like to build. I assume students, you all are attentive and jotting down all the key points. With this assumption, I would like to move forward. After understanding these areas of development, let's see the role of nutrition in the initial stages of childhood. A good nutrition will always help in leading flourished life. Restricting bad habits such as smoking or drinking is very important, specifically in the case of expecting mother. There are a lot of resources and conditions which extend their support in achieving developmental milestones, like access to adequate mother's milk for the child, safe hygienic environment, proper healthcare services, avoiding substance abuse, and creating stimulating environment. Normal growth is necessary condition for attaining all the functional capacities associated with health. But it is only possible to achieve when expecting mother and child get enough of nutrition. The growth status of the child can be easily understood by the graph method. Normal growth curve has an upward direction, but the moment the curve starts getting flattened, it means the growth has stopped or it is stagnant. An upward direction shows that growth is taking place, whereas downward direction shows that child is lagging behind in healthy growth pattern. With the help of proper nutrition and extra food, infections or any other diseases can be controlled. An increasing trend will be seen again. These highlights are known as catch-up growth. Milestones of development are considered as the indicators which help individuals to understand the pattern of development. It also gives an idea about the next step of development. Now, after all of these, let's move on to the classification of human life stages. So basically, we divide it into 5 categories. The very first one is infancy, which is divided from birth to 2 years of age. Early childhood, preschool years, which occurs between 2 to 6 years. Middle childhood, which occurs between 6 to 11 years. The next phase is of adolescence. It is the time period between 11 to 18 years. And after that, the stage of adulthood comes, and the age bracket is 18 years and above. It goes till 40 years of age. From 40 to 60, the next stage will be middle adulthood, and 60 year onwards will be old age. Let's begin with understanding the concept of neonate. Neonate is the term which is used to refer newborn baby in the first month of his life. There are certain capabilities which the newborn babies already have in them. Those capabilities help them to adjust with their environment. These are, the first one is reflex. Reflex is an involuntary automatic action that any individual's body does in response to something. Example, eye blinking and sucking. The second category is sensory capabilities. In this, newborn babies generally differentiate between light and dark, respond to sound, basic tastes, good and bad smell. Moving on to the next topic, that is physical development. In this, we will talk about increase in height and weight of the child right after the birth. At the time of birth, the child generally weighs around 2.5 to 3 kgs. Now students, if you look at this table, you will observe that between the age group of 0 to 2 years, girls generally weigh around 3.2 to 11.5 kg, whereas boys weigh around 3.3 to 12.2 kgs, and similarly for the following age groups. Similarly, it is applicable on the table of height, and age group of 2 to 5 years girls, height is somewhere between 87.7 to 109.4 centimeter. So that's all for today, students. I hope whatever we have covered so far is clear to each one of you. Still, if you come across any doubt, feel free to get back to me through comment section, or you can ask your queries in the online session. So don't forget to share your feedback about this video in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button as well. In the next video, we will talk about motor development, language development, socio-emotional development and cognitive development. So make sure you stay tuned. I will get back to you soon. Till then, bye-bye and take care. Stay blessed.